I play figure fantasy and I've collected tons of characters already. And...
Wait. But these days, everyone plays figure fantasy. And I have Yoko Kasumi leveled up to max level and stars. I could literally kill any boss in any dungeon in a blink!
Ladies and gentlemen, there are nearly 3 billion mobile gamers in the year of our Lord 2025, almost doubling the amount of players on both console and PC combined. And yet, when you think of mobile games, the image that pops into your head is usually
big rig racing. Well, yep. Wait, what?
Yeah, not only are mobile ads infamous for being absolutely disgusting, they also promote awful, bottom-of-the-barrel games designed not for your enjoyment, but to make you think less and spend more. Half of the entire gaming industry's revenue in 2024 was on mobile, and I bet you not even 1% of that was from premium games. Which is why I felt it necessary to make this video. And not just because, the other video did really well. So, once again, every single game in this video will be as free as humanly possible, and just like in my PC game video, my criteria is strict. Number 1, the game must be playable offline at any point. No forced update bullshit. Number 2, no energy systems or aggressive pay to win. When I want to play, I should be able to play, and I should be able to play it well. And number 3, no forced ads, even if they don't interrupt gameplay like banner ads in the bottom of the screen. You can tell I'm a bit looser on the criteria on this one, due to just the nature of the mobile platform, but hey, if I get one pop-up ad, it is zero tolerance, you are out.
Hàng của anh nè. Khoan, thùng hàng của anh.
I will have to give a disclaimer though, that no game on this list requires 2 hands to play, because they're being played on an Android emulator using a mouse. My phone has less space than a student flat in Hanoi, and I couldn't be asked to bind a controller in the fucking Android emulator, so twin stick shooters and platformers were out from the start. And finally, I am just a one-man team with limited time, so if I miss some games you like, just leave them in the comments for other people to enjoy. And so, without further ado, let's go. Angry Birds has to be one of the most beloved yet mistreated franchises in gaming history. Just reading through the Wikipedia page, it is genuinely baffling the depths that Rovio would sink to make people play the new games and not the old ones. They literally removed all of the old games, brought one back in a remaster, and then removed that remaster because it pushed the new games down in search results. It's genuinely cartoonish villainy, and I cannot believe it. But of course, the fans were not having it. They know what they want, and they'll do whatever it takes to get it, and by God they did. Introducing Angry Birds Refixed, the easiest way to experience classic Angry Birds in 2025. Created by The Andres TX, these are modded APKs of the old games to make them not only compatible with new devices, but removing all of the monetization. All ads are gone, and so is the ability to pay for anything, and all you're left with are the best versions of the games you know from childhood. Angry Birds 1, Rio, Seasons, Space, and Star Wars 1 have all been fixed and modernized, ready to be enjoyed. To be honest, it'd been such a long time since I last played a game of Angry Birds, but the formula is timeless and so easy to get back into. Green dickhead pigs make off with your unhatched martyrs and laugh at you while doing so. How could you be so careless? Luckily, they chose to sit in a bunch of glass houses, and you are the stones, so you can shoot yourselves in and kick their green asses like it's no tomorrow. The first games are very basic in their design, obviously, just laying a load of stuff around without much rhyme or reason. The future games changed up and refined this formula, allowing you to either attack directly with no brain required, or find a cheeky intended solution that's hard to hit but wins the level on the spot. These games are a fun brain teaser to distract yourself for 10 minutes in the bathroom, but they offer just enough depth to keep you playing and coming back. Classic Angry Birds has 63 levels, which is pretty good honestly. Wait, why is this picture so small? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, from my count, there are around 745 levels in Angry Birds 1 alone. According to Elon's robot though, there are around 1,700 levels total throughout the 5 games that have been refixed. So if you want, you can absolutely stuff yourself with Angry Birds if you want to. And in a world where Rovio has absolutely no idea what they're doing, Angry Birds Space 2 is a limited time event. What the fuck? I highly suggest you download all the modded APKs you can, because we as fans have no idea how long these will stick around for. But on a more positive note, a game that I know will stick around for a long time is... Wait, before you kill me, can I just tell you about this delicious lunch I had today? I had some rice with roast pork, I had a wonderful zucchini soup, and I had some stir-fried spinach with a little bit of garlic in it. It's not hard to guess that this game would be on here, and it absolutely deserves to be. In 2022, Vampire Survivors came out of absolutely nowhere and rocketed up the Steam charts, luring in millions of players, first with its sandwich price tag, and second with its ridiculously simple yet addictive gameplay. This was pre-Balatro, so everyone was comfortable calling this game heroin, not knowing that the real killer was the opiates the whole time. Fun fact, the game's lead developer used to work on gambling websites, and that's why there was so much emphasis on addictive sound effects and flashy visuals. And as you can tell, it fucking worked. Obviously then, demand for a mobile version was sky high, and in December of 2022, the game was released on iOS and Android for free. For free? That's just insane! Yeah, the game would be released completely free on mobile with no strings attached and receive the exact same updates as PC and console, with the only ads in the game appearing if and only if you choose to revive yourself after a death.
Fed up of ads in Vampire Survivors on mobile? If you own a DLC you can turn them off in the options menu.
Talk about generous! And especially on mobile devices, where it would have been absolutely par for the course and even expected to stuff the game with banner ads and microtransactions and make a few more cents per capita. But enough about the price. How's the actual video game? Well, Vampire Survivors is in a strange, distinct genre that people have taken to calling bullet heaven. Basically, you just walk around and you attack automatically. Massive swarms of monsters will then show up, and it's your job to upgrade your weapons and survive for as long as you can. Killing enemies nets you experience, and you can pick between 3 or 4 options to get more weapons, more stats, more health, etc. You'll also find the very obvious casino influence right here.
Scrape it! Scrape that motherfucker! Scrape that shit, Johnny!
It even sounds like a slot machine. What a professional. It always makes me laugh when I see how many different control options this game has on PC, because you can use WASD, the arrow keys, the mouse, either analog stick on a controller, even your mind if you want to. This then makes it perfect for mobile devices, seeing as you only need to move and tap once every minute or so. And the devs had the courtesy of making it work with both horizontal and vertical orientations, making it by far the best toilet game of the video. But that's not to say there isn't much to do. The base game has 54 characters, 20 stages, dozens of weapons, and hundreds of secrets and achievements that can keep you busy for a long time. Just looking at the massive list of weapon evolutions already activated the neurons in my Isaac-loving brain, and achievement hunters would find this game very rewarding. And if that's not enough, this game has multiple DLCs, often on sale, and they're already very cheap, and even two that are completely free just because they wanted to. But what if you wanted to share this experience with your friends? Well, good news! Vampire Survivors has both local and online multiplayer, although you will need a Bluetooth controller if you want to co-op on mobile. And my final endorsement is that this game directly slowed down my progress on this video, because I really only need like 5 minutes or so of footage, but I ended up playing for 2 hours straight. Turning your brain off and looking at pretty colors is an intoxicating experience, and it's definitely worth the $2 on PC and $0 on your phone or tablet. God damn it. Oh, sorry. You caught me playing Super Mario World on my phone. And as some people might say, if you want to play some real, high-quality games on the mobile device, just emulate. And to be honest, I have a hard time disagreeing with them. Emulators like Delta and Lemeroid make it so much easier for people to enjoy the classics of the past right now. The big problem with mobile emulation, though, is that it's often pretty inconvenient, and playing on a touchscreen is almost never ideal. If you're gonna emulate exclusively on mobile, however, I recommend buying a Type-C controller like this. It's just gonna make life so much easier for you. But I believe that this video right here, showing games that are best experienced or almost best experienced on mobile, still has quite a bit of value. And if you have been enjoying this video thus far, please give me a like and a sub if you can. Otherwise, I will be adding another month to the next video's production. But in any case, back to the show. Infinitode 2, which stands for Infinite Tower Defense 2, is a game that's made by the people for the people. The first thing you hear when you boot up the game are the serene sounds of tracker music. Songs made using bootleg software on retro computers, and often the soundtrack to your favorite software cracks and keygens. It's hard to overstate the level of ball knowingness here, and as someone who's been collecting tracker songs for a long while, it was a very pleasant surprise. But anyway, you know the drill. No pop-ups, no banner ads, and everything in the game is easily earned. In fact, in the menu for in-game currencies, the developer literally writes that you don't have to spend a dime on it, directly sabotaging your own earnings for almost no reason, even though we wanted to pay you? This game is Brandon Ayuk. Back to the game, the tower defense genre is super oversaturated on mobile, with giants like Kingdom Rush and the Battle Cats ruling the roost. Yet somehow, this game manages to stand out. Not by doing anything particularly unique, but by absolutely perfecting the fundamentals with a little flair on top. It's the Nikola Jokic of TD games. First off, the graphics. As you can see, it's flat colors all around, squares and circles and triangles as the towers. A 4-year-old could have come up with this, but that's not to say this game is bad looking. In fact, it reminds me of mid to late 2010s Google, where they had a shit ton of redundant apps and they all had this kind of long shadow look. Google Plus, anyone? God, I hated going through that while making my YouTube account. Anyway, this game's UI is very good as well. Nicely organized, packs a ton of information without feeling overcrowded at all. It also shows a lot of clear statistics and numbers, helping you calculate the best loadouts to go for against certain enemy types. It's much clearer than something like Bloons TD, which unless you're a real wiki Wendy, is literally just vibes. And speaking of Bloons, that's a game that I don't really recommend playing at night because it's so bright and colorful with a ton of effects going on all across the screen. Infinitode though, no such problem, and this gets a ton of points from me as a dark mode lover. Another thing that sets this game apart from its peers is that it's pretty slow. Not slow in gameplay, but in progression. There are 16 towers in the game, but you unlock one in every like 10 levels or something. I actually like this though, because TD games often feel like they have the need to show you every bit of content they have as quickly as possible out of fear that you might leave from boredom. But this game trusts the player. It wants you to think harder, do more micro, and optimize every little bit out of the few towers that you have, not swamping you with choices like you're a little kid that wants jingling keys. I swear to God I like balloons, okay? It's just very convenient. However, Infinitode 2 does still have something to keep you interested on a level-by-level basis, and that is through the skill tree. It is colossal and affects pretty much every single part of the game, including unlocking the custom level creator. Knowing where to put points and when to respec is essential in dealing with the later game because it's tough, I think. To be honest, I've only played like 4 hours or so I don't even know what Chapter 2 looks like. But that should tell you how big this game really is. 58 levels, each lasting around 20 minutes, or they can be played infinitely, and you're looking at several hundred hours of game for, again, 150 megs. This game goes so much deeper with tech and theory crafting up the wazoo. So if you're someone that loves crunching numbers and min-maxing, this game may be for you. Or if you just want something to play in the foreground while listening to Germa 985, it's good for that too.
Do you ever watches porn and gets naked? Yeah, I mean, I get naked because I have to go take a shower and get naked. I'm done with this conversation. Put it in emote only mode right now.
And welcome back to the webcam. I won't waste your time too much here. This is the honorable mention section. All of these games are games that I didn't really play that much, or I didn't have time, or I didn't really like them. But other people might. And here they are. First up, we got Shattered Pixel Dungeon. It's a classic turn-based, grid-based roguelike that translates surprisingly well onto mobile devices and has a ton of content and replayability. This game's apparently really damn good, but I just couldn't get that much into it. If you do like this kind of thing, however, there's actually hundreds of different versions of Pixel Dungeon to try out, and probably 3 of those are good. Next, we have Mindustry, which is a factory/tower defense game. I know, it's been lauded as one of the best free games ever made, but I was fucking duped because I accidentally played the new campaign instead of the old one and couldn't figure out how to stop letting my power grid get fucking bottlenecked. It's free on everything though, and if you're more patient than I, you'd probably get a ton of mileage out of this game. And finally, Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. The brand new remaster of the 16-year-old seminal classic is now back in HD. Buy it now for $20. Nah, I'm just kidding. Or am I? Plants vs. Zombies Touch is a one-to-one port of the Xbox 360 version to Android, and it's exactly what Replanted wishes it were. HD resolution, crisp graphics, all the features and minigames you could ever want are here, and all of them are to make you think about how stupid EA are for not doing this earlier. And of course, what's the Xbox version without multiplayer? It works perfectly, and it's actually even better on a touchscreen because you can just tell your friend to tap on the other side like a game of chess. You can use a controller too if you want, and you're gonna need it for the included Android TV version. There's a shit ton I haven't talked about, like this menu that has game speed and a bunch of other stuff, or this one where you can change the difficulty so PvZ1 is not insultingly easy anymore. This was released prior to Replanted, by the way, and yet it's still, in my opinion, the definitive PvZ1 experience right next to Ultimate. But enough dilly-dallying. You know why you're here, and you've been screaming at me the whole time. It's time to get reflourished. Ladies and gentlemen, Reflourished is the shining jewel of Plants vs. Zombies 2 modding. It seeks to imagine a universe where the sequel to that quirky plant game from 2009 cost $20 on release, sold well, didn't have an identity crisis, and never stopped getting updates. Hell, the most damning indictment of vanilla PvZ2 is how people like CDogVA, a casual, and Zach Scott, a 10-year veteran, have both taken to playing Reflourished instead of the vanilla game. It is by far the most polished mod available for PvZ2, and that's showcased clearly even in the installation process. All you need to do is go to one of the links in the description, probably the mega because the drive link is always overloaded. Next, download the APK and open it. That's it. It'll automatically install the rest of the data and work straight out of the box. This might seem like nothing to you, but as someone who played Eclipse in its heyday, I felt like a caveman discovering fire seeing this for the first time. Literal black magic, but the old solution is also available if you need it. The next time you open the game, please turn on 60 FPS mode in settings. I thought my whole ass emulator was broken seeing it run at 30, so do yourself a favor. And now, let me just show you how ahead of the curve this mod is. This is Eclipse, an older PvZ2 mod, and this is how it deals with the annoying, hard-coded tutorial stages. "51 seconds until you can start playing the game. Now here's Reflourished." Yeah, just like that. And while we're at it, let's bang out some more features. This game works fully offline with no forced updates, so even outdated versions of the game are playable forever. Reflourished also has limited events, or timed events, get it? But they're actually not timed or limited at all. If you just click here, all of them are placed in storage from start to finish, containing hundreds of different levels, easily making up around 30 to 40% of the game's content. But enough of that. Let's get to the meat of it. This mod contains every single world from regular Plants vs. Zombies 2, and 3 new, completely original ones. Apparently, all of the levels from the vanilla game have been retained with no changes all the way up to modern day. But each world has around 20 to 25 brand new stages to be enjoyed, so you're not being shafted to just play the old content again. The 3 new worlds also make use of vanilla material, albeit in much more interesting ways. Steam Ages is a world lifted from Plants vs. Zombies 2 China, but while it shares visual similarities, the levels and gimmicks themselves are vastly different. This guy says, "Tally-ho," when he's about to fly. Holiday Mashup is a fully original concept, and so is their magnum opus, the Caligula's Carnival. This team took what was basically a throwaway event in Plants vs. Zombies 2, repurposed some sprites, and drew a ton of new ones, turning it into a fully fledged Voodoo Carnival chapter with 32 levels to boot. So how do I feel about it? Well, it's great, duh. It's the same satisfying PvZ action in just the right amount of difficulty. If PvZ1 was like a 5, this game is around 6.5, not too hard or requiring much micro, but it can easily catch somebody lacking. Like this Holiday Mashup conveyor belt level. You'd think conveyor levels are literal free wins, but no, octopus zombies are some real evil motherfuckers. Casual players would still find this game pretty easy to pick up though, considering it's not at all strict with plant selection and strategy, letting you use any loadout you want as long as it can kill. In total, the main campaign is around 25 hours, but the side content is enormous. There's epic realms, quests, holiday events, pennies challenges, and probably some other stuff I don't know about, easily adding 100 more hours to the game if you want it. New worlds come out once every year or so, which isn't that fast, but a volunteer dev team of amateurs still manages to beat out Valve in terms of pumping out new content for their games. And just as a send-off, take a look at this. Yeah, this is an animated, official quality trailer that has been created for this completely free mod. I am fucking floored! If you enjoy PvZ in any capacity, I highly recommend checking this game out using the links in the description, along with my preferred Android emulator. Support independent games and mods, everybody, because they are the true future of gaming. And that will close it. Thank you everybody for watching this video and sticking till the end. Again, I'm sorry it took a month, and I'm sorry that every single video takes a month. It's just how it is. And I think I'm kind of getting sick of making these like 3 or 4 game lists type videos. They're pretty cool, and they don't make me like go too deep into one game and then make sure I don't have to miss some details. But I kind of want to make a video about one game now. So the next one will just be a longer video about a singular title. In any case, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.